Right, moving on. So again, just as a reminder, this was the last one. This was the last one we beat. So continuing on the night pattern maneuver. Night pattern. We're going to be going to bottom left next, and that is Pieceofcheese, one of the creators of this game. So this, for the most part, I think is a pretty fun one. There's one screen that I don't particularly like. You can see here actually there's a set of blocks here. That wasn't there initially. That I think only appeared. Yeah, that only appeared when the water rose up. But of course we've got no possible way of getting over there initially. So yeah, we're gonna have to raise the water initially in order to progress. But yeah, this one is sort of a odd kind of collection of screens, if you will. I feel like the other ones obviously have kind of like picked a kind of a gimmick and kind of run with it. By the way, there are blocks here that I obviously can't progress, so I need to get rid of the water here in order to actually take away those blocks in order to progress. But yeah, like for example with the no lag, thank you. With the candy cookie screen. Oh, I hit the blocks there. I was wondering why my double jumper sort of didn't seem to go over there. Didn't seem to work there. But like that, you've got a consistent set of gimmick, sort of one sort of consistent set, gimmick with the three types of abilities that pretty much is consistent, obviously, through the entire section. The Cephalos area with the Shovel Knight had the drill ability. A lot of kind of regular platforming, but the drill ability was obviously the main bit. But this one feels like kind of like a mishmash of things. Not that I'm against that. It kind of means that nothing gets too stale. Not that any of these sections or areas are too long anyway, to the point where I think anything really gets stale. Yeah, unless I've misremembered. For example, I don't think we're going to see this this water gimmick with the blocks of the blockers on the switches again. So yeah, it's like there's a lot of different ideas going on in this area, and yeah, it's a bit of a mix of things that are going on. And I'm just stuck horribly, apparently, at this very first underwater gate jump. Just can't do it at all, really. So yeah, anyway, once we've got through that bit, hit the switch on the left-hand side to get rid of the. Why am I even doing that? There's water there. I was trying to play that as if it had normal physics and only 2 jumps. Why on earth was I doing that? That was awful. But yeah, this is going to go horribly if I just cannot do this manoeuvre with any degree of consistency whatsoever. If I at the moment this is like 1 in 5. It's awful. What the hell? And more often than not, I seem to be not jumping in time. Like, what the hell? That's like the 4th time in a row that I've literally just landed on the spike. It looks pathetic. Anyway, yeah, hit that switch over there to get rid of the water. Go over here, hit this switch to get the water back on. Remember, you have now got the water there, so you can swim. And yeah, make your way down here. This bit there I do find kind of tricky, I must admit, with the it's sort of the transitioning out of the bit with the block and mashing the swim or the jump button to make sure you don't hit the spikes above you. That can be a little tricky. But now we've hit the final switch, so yeah, now we need to make our way out. Easier said than done. A few reasonably tricky manoeuvres here. I don't like the look of that at all, has to be said. But good, we're done. Okay. So yeah, thankfully the last part of that, once I got down to the last area with the last switch, wasn't so bad at all. Thankfully, but yeah, the last section there actually turned out to be not so bad. But yeah, I don't think it's straightforward by any stretch of the imagination. But oh well, turned out pretty good. The worst thing there was that first underwater gate jump, which was just horrible. And yay, we've got another one here. I'm actually going to start from the floor. I think that actually just gives me like the perfect initial jump height to get through. Remember to hit the switch. So yeah, if I start from there, yeah, that's just. I mean, it's not going to work every time. I've got to do a gate jump into another gate jump. But yeah, actually starting from the floor there, that's possibly a crash, or at least just hung in the. Wow, are you kidding me? Seriously, the lag, the slowdown here is probably gonna desync the audio and the video here as well. What the hell? Is it the water that's doing this? It feels like everything in the game now is just for some reason lagging. Until we got to the stage 5 boss, I don't recall anything other than a very odd occurrence. But now it's everything. It's literally everything past the stage 5 boss. Why is this happening? I can only apologise, like, you know, again and again for this, but it's just awful. Oh no! I should have gone down there when there was probably still water in play. But anyway, it's okay, and we got through. Actually, I'm not sure about that. Maybe the water going away all of a sudden there would have caused me to panic, and obviously would have fallen a lot faster. But I didn't like the look of that weave, particularly coming on the back of what happened at the end of the Shovel Knight area, Cephalos's stage. But area. I keep calling it stage. The whole thing is stage 6. But yeah, didn't like the look of that weave. Was worried I was going to mess it up, but thankfully didn't mess that up or mess up the gate jump at the end. But anyway, like I said, yeah, we have got different things. We're done with the, at least I think we are. Anyway, we're done, completely done. That was awful, and not what you're supposed to do at all. Completely done with the water switch area. Or gimmick, and now we are into a swamp gimmick. I guess I'll hit that save just to show it off. Yeah, don't be a pussy. Call back obviously to a reference to the original I Want to Get Cultured 2, where that was a thing. So yeah, don't bother this time. The save there actually functioned actually as a save. So I think you then had if you did that, you then had the message on screen while you completed the rest of it. But it did actually function as a working save. Here it just kills you. So yeah, don't hit that. But anyway, yeah, we've got a swamp gimmick going on here. So yeah, definitely mixing it up. That was too early. I don't know why I jumped. Yeah, that early. That was awful. But yeah, much of this, of course, is faking out the swamp. So for this first one, jump over to the right to fake it out to go down. This next one, do the same and then jump over it. We can get the weave here. This is kind of a tricky bit here, trying to actually get far enough over to the right-hand side so that you can obviously, of course, actually fake out the swamp but not land back on the spikes below you. So that can be a little tricky. Make our way over here. Yeah, let's just wait a little bit longer there. I messed it up again. Let's wait a little bit longer and still mess up the timing. I was still too early there. I want to wait, I think, for the swamp to actually probably start going up before I even do anything. I mean, I'm obviously conscious of the fact that I don't want the swamp to... yeah, this is a pain to fake out. To descend immediately again and catch me out, but... yeah, I'm setting off way too early for that jump there. It's not a tricky bit at all, I'd say, to be honest. But yeah, I just need to calm down and just not set off quite so early. I did it again, actually, frankly, there. I'm not happy with that either. So yeah, similar thing with this. Watch out for that. I'll make a long jump over here. Good. And yeah, a little bit of a troll here, so you need to know this is coming. So yeah, I think the spike's going to be underneath me here when I go on this platform. So yeah, I need to do a couple of dip jumps. Yes, round those spikes, and thank goodness I think that auto-saves. I don't actually think I hit the save there, or shot the save there before the bloody coins killed me. So I'm relieved, I think at least, that auto-saved. If I did save that, or I did manage to get off the shot there before that hit me, then okay. But that would be very irritating. And very unfair, frankly, I feel, like, if there wasn't an autosave there. Although, frankly, if there is an autosave there, it doesn't even necessarily feel like, other than just the fact, I suppose, of having a save on screen for that save to be there, because it autosaves. But regardless, yeah, I'm hoping that does autosave, otherwise that's very, very nasty, that transition. So, yeah, welcome to easily, I would say, the most annoying screen on this area. And yeah, basically what I'm going to do here is rush at the start, because I have a kind of a set, I want to say pattern here, for how I'm going to get through this. But yeah, it kind of seems to work out reasonably well if I rush from the start, where the safe spots are, and actually getting through. So I still find this actually. I think, I mean, maybe it won't turn out that way, but I still feel like actually this is the most annoying screen of the whole bunch, just because these coins are just, yeah, incredibly irritating. They always seem to be in the way. They are very off-putting. Some of the manoeuvres in themselves are not easy to pull off. So, yeah, these coins just generally, I find, are always in the bleeding way. So, yeah. I say, things like pulling off this kind of a weave with the coins going down there is kind of irritating. Got a few gate jumps down here where we have to... I do not want to jump over that coin. I want to go under that coin. Okay, fine. And again, clearly I've not got I've clearly remembered completely what's going on, but I think getting obviously down to where I just got now, I think they're pretty much... Can I stop going too far to the left there and landing on that spike, please? That's very, very irritating. But I think, yeah, I think for this first bit, at least anyway, I have got a fairly good idea of when I want to, where I want to be. So, for example, if I don't hit this spike here, I can jump up here. This is a safe spot. I can jump up here, and this weave, the timing just tends to work out pretty nicely. So, yay. I think that works out really, really, really well. Okay, so under... Oh, what? Okay, maybe I need to rethink that bit, or hang back to the left a bit more, because it seemed to me like there that the coin that I said that I didn't want to jump for, in not doing so, I got hit by a coin that was on the floor. So, maybe that timing doesn't work out very nicely. That would be very irritating if that is the case. Fail the gate jump and not even get another attempt at it. Lovely. And once again, I don't know if it's the fact it's the coins here or whatever that's contributing to the lag I'm experiencing, or whether this is just now something that's going to happen for the rest of the game. I don't know. That was awful. Please don't do that. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. The lag is not, thankfully, massively prevalent here, but still noticing it at times. Maybe I should go. I don't feel like I want to go sooner than that though. And that coin is right in the middle of the gate jump there. Okay, a tiny jump there seems to work. Okay, fine. Now we got this shaft, and that coin is right in the way there. I need to either maybe hang fire just a little bit more at the bottom, or actually go quicker. Can I stop landing on that bloody spike, please? Maybe just go a little bit quicker, actually, and get to the top before that coin reaches that area. Because I say that, unfortunately, where I was positioned there, I lost my double jump there, fan-diddly-tastic. Where that platform was positioned, also, yeah, the point I was at there, where the platform, I couldn't really go back down or anything. Yeah, unfortunately, that coin was just literally covered almost the entirety of that area. So there was just absolutely nowhere to go. So I need to not be in that position at that point in time, which I'd say either means hanging fire or going quicker. Okay, yeah, tiny jump there. Possibly going quicker. I did go quicker there, and then I failed the double jump, and I couldn't quite get there quick enough. That would be fine. Whatever I did there, that go, assuming obviously don't mess up the bit right at the top there with my final jump, that actually looked like it would work. I just unfortunately, like either because of the cliff jump or something, but I failed the jump. I didn't get up there in time, and I messed it up. That would have been it. Well, at least the upward bit. The downward bit, I'm not saying for a minute that I'm not going to fail on that section, but frankly, the downward bit, yeah, it's easy enough to mess up on, but all things considered, I generally consider that to be the easiest part of this section. So I need to go here, get up quickly, and I've messed it up. Okay, so I'm going to hang back here for a little while now. Hopefully we can get up. Okay, good. The reason I say that is, for the most part, the coins here are not in the way really at all. So it's just a little bit of precision platforming, a little bit of precision movements, and yeah, the last bit did first go once I got up to the top there. That was fantastic. That went by, the last bit brilliantly, and as I said, the last bit there is not the problem. It's the coins, the circling coins, that cause all the problems on that screen. But anyway, it didn't actually turn out too bad. So I'm relatively happy with that. For what I again actually perceived to be, might not be the thing that takes the longest, funnily enough, but that's the thing I perceived to be the most tricky bit of this whole area. So yay, glad to have that out of the way. So we come to, I would say, sort of pretty much. That's not really what I wanted to do there, but it worked out. Sort of pretty much the final thing of this area. It's not quite, because there's sort of a bit of a kind of a jokey thing at the end that you actually have to do. But I think I've made much. Pending any absolute disasters, should have made it through to the halfway point save, which is excellent. So yeah, this is the last, the real sort of last part of this screen or area. Sorry. So anyway, you think you're sort of done, but yeah, it would be very bizarre for there to be a save there and a warp there, like that final jump. Why would there even need to be a save there? So I can't say, even like the first time I played this, that warp that then moved back to the No! The circling of the bloody axe, or whatever, got me. I was safe originally, and then obviously the hitbox is just very slightly different when the axe circled round and got me. Oh, that was irritating. Not least, actually, because if you can pull this off first go, that is lovely, because you don't have to deal with that Goomba again at the bottom. It's not the worst thing in the world. For goodness sake, please. Not the worst thing in the world to have to deal with on your way back, but it's just an extra something that could go wrong. Let's put it that way. So obviously, as you saw on the way up there, I had to use the Goomba to get a bit of extra height to get up to the platform on the ledge on the right-hand side. I can't do this jump now for some unknown reason. But obviously, on the go where you actually get through, if you can pull it off, you can pull off the second half of the screen first go. Then the Goomba is of course still dead. So yay. You don't have to worry about it, and obviously you don't need him there because you're going down this time rather than up. But now, of course, I can't do this jump. What the hell? Now, of course, he's back. We are gonna have to deal with him. So he's likely to be in the way as well. So we're either gonna have to try and find a way of completely ignoring him, or taking him out. I probably tend to favour the taking him out option. But easier said than done. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, is I'm going to get down here. I'm going to single jump on him here, get my large boost up, and then double jump over him there. That's typically the way I'd like to just kind of get rid of. Yeah, that's typically the way I'd like to deal with that last little area. Just yeah, I don't fancy pulling off some of the manoeuvres with the sort of added worry of, oh my god, I felt that was awful, but I somehow managed to pull myself out of it and survive. But yeah, that's the way I want to deal with the bottom bit and not have to worry about yeah, dealing with or worrying about this Goomba being in the way. Oh my god! Of course, that is one of the things that can very easily go wrong when you do what I've just described. Because yeah, you obviously, when you're bouncing off of the Goomba, you're going to get a large boost. And yeah, try not to boost into the spike on the wall there. Typically a good idea. That manoeuvre there is causing me a fair few problems as well, which is slightly irritating. It's not an easy jump, but I'd like to think it wouldn't be causing me as many problems as it has. That was a jump way too early there. That was close as well. Didn't like that. Okay, good. We're done. Well, at least with that, anyway. So yeah, we emerge from the pipe, and so we get a sort of a bit of a kind of jokey section here. There is this. Where are you? Thank you. You get this sort of outside the Mario kind of area, so we get a giant bullet bill there. That's not bad at all. Well, obviously, when you know it's there, it's going to catch you out maybe first, but it's very easy to fake out. I suppose this screen is not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. We've got these these kind of circling axes yet again, and we need to make our way. Oh, that was just awfully timed. Make our way through. So I feel like, again, actually maybe setting off right at the beginning here, the timing ends up kind of working out very nicely. But or if you can if you can go very quickly and just not pause really at all. But yeah, no, actually, I certainly misspoke about this area. I wouldn't say this is a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. Have to be. Can we please stop being terrible? This, as a whole, I don't feel like this has gone that bad, but seriously, just certain areas here, or certain bits and pieces where I just feel like not going well at all. Yeah, it does look like going quickly right at the beginning there. Actually, the axes work out quite nicely to the point where they actually don't hit you. But anyway, there's the flag over there. Is that good? Yeah, okay, that's fine. There's the flag over there at the bottom right, but we need to be careful here. Only make your obviously avoid the lol and the flags. But yeah, that was a bit closer than I would have liked it to have been. But obviously it worked out. But yeah, wait for the final L or second L with lol to get out of the way of the floor, and then mad dash rush to the right, and you should get the flag. Yeah, as I say, overall that didn't feel that bad, but there's a few little things there that were causing a few more problems than they perhaps otherwise should have been, and that felt a little bit clumsy in places. But anyway, still, yay! Third one of the third area of the 8 of this stage done. Right, it's time to move on to area 4, which again, continuing the night pattern, brings me up to top middle. and that is Stinkycheese's area. Now, this area, for the most part, I think is actually kind of fun, kind of enjoyable. For the most part. Unfortunately, there is one screen on this area that is just absolutely horrible, and I hate it. The main gimmick, let's do this a bit quicker there. That should get me through there kind of nicely. But yeah, the main gimmick is the switches which slow down time. Okay, let's try and say it a little bit closer and so that we're on the floor, so when we restart, so I can hit this switch a lot easier at the start. Right, hopefully, if I remember to shoot early at the beginning, that should solve all the stupid problems I'm having at the beginning. But yeah, so for the most part, this is actually pretty fun, really pretty enjoyable. But there is, I would say, one screen on this that's possibly, I'd even go out on a limb as to say, maybe not, but it will come close, I think, to being like the worst screen or single save segment in the entirety of Stage 6. I absolutely hate one of the screens on this stage. It is absolutely awful. But anyway, that was an awful jump. Yeah, as you see, the main gimmick is the switches which slow down time. Yeah, these spikes, well, slow down the spikes at least anyway. We still move at regular speed, but yeah, I'd like to say, I don't know whether it's impossible to clear these bits with the spikes moving at full speed, but yeah, the slowdown or the spikes moving slower sure helps. So yeah, I advise doing that obviously whenever you can. There is a little timer at the top left there which indicates when the ability is in effect, but basically you just want to kind of move as quick as possible. They don't stay, say, frozen forever, or slowed down forever. So yeah, don't dilly-dally. So this one I'm going to time. Actually, that was timed okay. The main thing there is actually getting it timed out. Oh, I just made that. Is actually getting it timed out so the spike that's sort of on my horizontal level now is in a decent position, which is easier said than done. I knew I was going to mess that up. That was awful. But okay, the timing actually worked out really nicely there. So if I wait again for these spikes to be sort of around, oh my god, really? That was just pathetic. I somehow lucked out on the timing for this first bit. So in terms of like jumping over those. Jumping over that fast-moving set of spikes there, but that works out really, really nicely. But okay, if we can not mess this up, please. Yeah, hit the switch when it's about there, and then just go immediately. That spike, yeah, if I don't hit my head on the ceiling and just do stupid things, that spike there actually seems to be in pretty much the perfect position. So yeah, just almost kind of going, I want to say gung-ho, but yeah, the first time I actually got to the switch, it's just actually lucked out, I think, to the point where the timing works out really, really nicely. So, yay. Yeah, cool. That's not good. I didn't jump anywhere. My double jump there wasn't anywhere near as far enough as it needed to be. But yeah, as soon as I did it, I was like, okay, no, that's not gonna clear the final spike on the floor. So, yay. Always fun when you know you've messed something up well in advance of it even actually transpiring. Unfortunately, as well now, I'm having a bit of a problem with this weave. It seems to be a bit of a theme with Stage 6 that weave sections are not going very nicely. Mainly, of course, I have in my mind the final screen of the Shovel Knight Cephalos area, but not just that bit. Right, can we perhaps not mess up this cliff jump this time? Good. Okay. Good, I didn't mess up that F jump at the end, which is really nasty for the final jump on the screen, I might add. And again, I don't know actually if this is oh my god, that was nearly terrible. I don't know if this is an auto-save thing, or whether you actually have to go and hit that save, but thankfully I didn't mess up any of those jumps up to, with the mini spikes there. I mean, they're easy enough, frankly. If they were large spikes, I'd be far more nervous on that bit, and you even saw that I had backtracked there because I feel like I messed up the jump on the second one. But again, I don't know if that auto-saves. If it doesn't, that's kind of nasty, but yeah, that's not a terrible section at least to get up to this, to get up to that stage. But anyway, enough chibber chabber on that. That brings us to the screen that I think is absolutely horrible, and I don't like it at all. It's got way too many. I mean, there's no intermediate save, so you have to do the whole screen in one go. It's got a lot of really nasty maneuvers that you have to do, and I just don't. I flat out do not like it. There is so much that you have to do in this screen. There's no way I'm going to do this go, so I'll talk about probably things when we get back to it. I'll see where this go takes me, obviously, but yeah, highly unlikely to do it this go, and yeah, we'll talk about. Oh, well, that's an absolute disaster having got that through to die to there. So anyway, first annoyance is this little corner. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still tricky enough that you'll probably die on it a fair few times anyway. You've got that dip down onto the gate jump there, which is kind of horrible. You've got that gate jump there, and and you have to pull off another jump after it, which is actually really horrible. Off the moving platform there, and you also have to do that quite quickly because the moving platform, yeah, just sort of completely off, kind of disorientates you a little bit on that jump. So that bit's horrible. The bits after that aren't so bad to this point in time. So basically I've hit a switch here which has changed the spike pattern. I'm rubbing up against this wall, so thankfully it tells me that is the line I need to be able to walk off that ledge there and avoid crewing into that spike. So that's thankful that's there. That is very helpful. I'm glad that's there. Then you've got to do another sodding dip jump off of this platform here with the block obviously above it, above your head, which is yeah, always, well, again, for me, just always one of those things that I'm liable to mess up on. But yeah, honestly, I feel like actually one of the worst jumps in like the first in the first real section, getting up to the getting up to the switch initially is this gate jump here. Lovely. Let's do this 3 times. Let's do it for a 4th time. No, okay, let's just completely get stuck. And that's the problem with this as well. You haven't got very long at all between getting on that platform and having to set yourself for that gate jump. There's not much time at all to do that, and it's yeah, kind of nasty. Similarly, on this side, I don't feel like you've got an awful lot of time to set yourself in order to make that jump up there. But anyway, right, this section is horrible. I hate this platform spike climb section because it is very hard to get up there without one of the platforms sort of setting you off to the side, and when it does that, it's liable to cream you into one of the spikes. That platform section there is actually what I think the worst part of this screen, and even more annoyingly, I feel like I have to do it twice. You possibly don't have to do it, but I feel like it's at the expense actually of pulling off an align manoeuvre. And again, I'm not convinced on what the align is. I don't really want to. For having got that far through the screen, I don't want to piss about trying to find what align it is. I could very well mess it up anyway. So yeah, regrettably, I feel like the best thing to actually do for me, however much I hate that manoeuvre, hate climbing that platform section, is to do it for a 2nd time. And yeah, that's absolutely horrid, and I hate it. Yeah, honestly, I have no real good things to say about this screen. It's just so easily the worst screen or the hardest screen in this area. I put it as possibly one of the, if not the most, if one of the difficult, one of the most just bloody frustrating screens or saves in the entirety of stage 6. I hate that platform section over on the right hand side. It sucks. Just you have if there was more space, between obviously the spikes on one wall and the other wall, it would be just so much more tolerable. But the fact that you've got just so little space here is awful. And then you can do things like mess up that. I mean, that's just completely my fault. I mean, it's not a gimme, of course. Of course, it's a gate jump. You are liable to mess up on it, but I literally just cleared the one. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to probably do it twice. Cleared the worst bit of this screen, and there are a lot of bad bits, or at least difficult bits for me on this screen, and I immediately mess up on the next thing. That's just galling, absolutely galling. I'm not under any illusion about possibly thinking that I may need to actually cut this because, yeah, this section is, well, yeah, honestly, to me, it is horrible. I do not like it at all, and I don't fancy, yeah, never fancy my chances on completing it very quickly. But this bloody platform section here is just awful. Anyway, once you get up, you hit this switch. I think I need to pull off I think I need to have my double jump here for that. Yep, so that's okay. Hit this last switch here, and now we can finally get out of this. Now we can finally get out of this screen. But yeah, here's the thing I was talking about. I either have to do the platform bit again, or pull off something here. Either as a walk off that ledge onto the platform, or as a cliff jump with a block above me. And I don't fancy doing it. Frankly, again, with the platform moving to the side as it does, I feel like, frankly, I'm just as liable to land on the spike or get pushed into the spike or anything anyway. So I'd rather, as much as I hate this climb, I'd rather do that for a second time than screw you. Than that one bit there. And yeah, again, how galling is that? I got all that way through. The screen probably takes about, I mean, I suppose if you're speed rushing it through or something, or you know, not stopping to talk, maybe it doesn't take as, you know, only maybe a minute or so to get up to that point, possibly less if you can, you know, if you can get through it really quickly. But the screen feels super long. There's so much to do, so much, you know, backtracking left and right. And yeah, that platform climb is horrible. I hate it. The fact that I have to do it twice absolutely sucks. And yeah, I mean, it's not even the final thing to do. There's the last little manoeuvre. You see the spike over on the right hand side of the screen. Once you hit the final switch, obviously the spike at the very top goes away, and that's where we actually exit the screen. But you'll notice the jump to get to it. There is obviously it's a jump and a double jump over to that platform. Can we not bonk my head there, please? It's a jump and a double jump over to that platform, and there is a horizontal facing spike on the platform, or sticking out from the bottom of that ledge. Which again, one of those manoeuvres that I don't like, and I'm very, very liable to mess up on. So even if I get up that platform shaft a second time, there's one last real major annoyance to have to deal with, which I could very well choke on. And that is just absolutely soul-crushing. Ah! Let's reset that, please. Really? Really? That's twice now that I've actually got up there and messed up on the gate jump. There's no... I don't know. Is there an excuse for that? I don't know. It's a standard gate jump. For the most part, I don't think I should be dying to it, but gate jumps are still easy enough to mess up on. I'm not sure this is... I don't like this at all. How I got out of that when it didn't go as how I would have planned it to go, I'm not quite sure. That was incredible, because I say with something like that as well. Oh my god! And then you've even I didn't even necessarily talk about that jump being kind of annoying when I got to it, because I pulled it off. But there's a sort of a cliff jump there where we have to we've got to make a long jump. And obviously what happened there was I bonked my head on the ceiling just before I had to make that long jump and messed up there. There's so much in this screen that could go wrong. I don't want to sort of like rant and rave about any of the manoeuvres so much to the point of saying like they're all like obnoxious or anything like that. But there's what? Excuse me? They're all sufficiently difficult enough that it's easy enough to mess up on them. And as I say, there's just feels like there's so much to do in this screen. It is easily the worst in this area. Possibly even the worst. I don't like this. Possibly even the worst of the whole of stage 6. We'll see how that works out, but. Okay. Flipping heck! I feel like I have a quote-unquote strategy for dealing with that, in terms of, like, when I'm trying to move. I've missed the platform here, probably. Yeah. I feel like I have something of a strategy for how I want to do that spike shaft, in terms of, like, when I want to move, when I want to sort of, like, clip through the platform so as to give myself the best possible chance. But replicating that strategy on a consistent basis is I'm finding difficult. If I only had to do that, I think, honestly, if I actually only had to do that spike climb once, I actually don't think I'd be complaining quite as much about this screen. But what can I say? I hate that spike shaft climb, and and I feel like I have to do it twice. As much as I hate it, I still rather take my chances on that than have to pull off a cliff jump, possibly within a line in place as well, with a horizontal spike that I need to avoid. Because I think there's no guarantee, frankly, that I'm not going to be messing around on the platforms afterwards anyway. So, ugh. Yeah, if there was more, if there was like more space here, I can't. I hate that. I hate that. If there was more, yeah, if you had more space between the spike and the wall, you could just like piddle around and reset yourself far easier. There just isn't the time to do that. And unfortunately, there's that one. Obviously, the highest platform there. There's the spikes on both sides of the wall, which just again just narrows the space in which you can work with. Don't like that at all. Let's reset. I feel actually really fortunate that I was able to get down to the bottom of the screen there, because I didn't like that at all. And yeah, actually, I feel like I was messing around on the platform, so getting down to the bottom there felt quite fortunate. Right, come on. Don't like this. Okay. And I didn't mess that up. Ali freaking Luya. And I also don't have to cut that either, I don't think. Okay. Wow. I still hate that section so much, but it's done. By the way, as you can see here, these switches, slowdowns are a one-time only deal. So yeah, having now got to this point, yeah, having got to that point, I needs to. That's just terrible timing. I think actually, if you set off again at the beginning here, the timing kind of works out fairly nicely. Maybe I need to wait just a little bit. But yeah, obviously need that spike to be not on the need to be nowhere near the floor. But yeah, I think the timing. I just went a little bit too much to the right there. That was awful. So yeah, I think the timing works out kind of nice. Anyway, we're done with that. Yeah, we're done with that absolute abomination of a screen that I just. Oh, I hate that screen so much. I think that's obviously been evident. But yeah, there's just so much about that I do not like. Dang it. I'm hoping the rest of this is... that was too early. I'm hoping the rest of this is not plain... Well, I'm hoping the rest of this is plain sailing. I'm not... Yeah, but I'm hoping... that's more the hope than anything than a sort of realistic expectation. Let's say that. But yeah, my expectation is that nothing, hopefully, should take as long as that section did. And that makes me... Well, the thought of that makes me happy. Let's pray that actually is the case. Why can I not do that bloody... Get over those two spikes at the top there? That's not a difficult manoeuvre at all. Please stop failing it. Right. A few kind of nasty-ish jumps here. Oh no, that was awful. I think yeah, past the point where I was dying horribly. Again, I'll probably mess up there, left, right. Wow, I didn't double jump for some unknown reason. I'll probably mess up left, right, and centre now, because that tends to be the way these things go. Again, I get really far, like on a first go, and then it takes me flipping ages to get back there. I can't do these jumps at the top now. It's just awful. But yeah, to be honest, I'm probably expecting that to happen, because yeah. Always seems to be the way it is. Get really far, first go on something, and then it takes me just the eternity to get back there. But regardless of whether or not that happens, yeah, the middle bit and the bottom bit there is really not that difficult, I don't think. Just obviously messed up horribly right at the end, but yeah. Here's hoping, and here's me being optimistic, that it shouldn't take too long to clear the screen if I can get the top bit sorted out. Having said that, I don't like that jump. No, it wasn't. Good. I think this is the end. Once the title screen goes away, yeah, we got the flag at the top. Cool. Okay, this don't like that corner jump, but oh well. This could be complete potluck. Oh, that timing worked out very nicely. I'll gladly take that. Yes. Yes. Cool. That went by really nicely. Really happy with that. That timing probably sucked. I'm not sure. No, that timing worked out really nicely as well with the switch there and the ding it, the spike there that's flying around. And I wasn't unfortunately paying attention to where it was positioned. I've got a feeling it's probably going to be on the right-hand side of that platform. Yeah, to be so that by the time I get back over there, it will have slowed down so I can get past it. Let's not mess up horribly on what is a fairly simple screen, a fairly simple section, please, please, come on. Anyway, yeah, I'm so happy with that, getting that really difficult, awkward screen out of the way. But yeah, I don't want to get too frustrated on this one because it's really not that difficult. But that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. But yeah, I'm just so relieved to have that awful screen out of the way. I'm just messing up left, right, and centre. The amount of times I've like bonked my head on a platform, like really stupidly, in this whole area. It's just awful. It's like my positioning or alignment is just not good at all. Don't quite know what's going on. That was not what? That was not what I wanted to do there at all. I somehow survived the jump I didn't think I was going to survive, and then messed up on the bit afterwards. Okay. Interesting. That was a bit too early, he thinks. He's hoping the time doesn't run out and it starts chasing me. No, it was still okay. Yeah, that jump there was a little bit of a thing. Again, it's one of those, please, one of those diagonal type ones that tends to give me quite a fair few problems. That actually felt a bit slow, but I managed to get away with it. Really? I'm hoping once we can get past that jump that the rest is not going to be too tricky. The bit at the very top when I get to the final layer on this screen, from memory, I don't think it's too bad. But well, getting way ahead of myself at the moment. Who cares in the slightest about the top bit because I can't do the middle bit. Yeah, I want to fall off that. Okay, I'm going to single jump through that. I'm going to I should single jump over that because I don't want to double jump at that top bit and bonk my head on the ceiling. But yeah, okay, fine. If I can get this middle bit sorted out, I'm hoping this shouldn't take too long. Yes, good. I knew that top bit was relatively easy compared to, you say, maybe the middle bit of the screen. The bottom bit of the screen went by amazingly well, almost first or second go once I got past that corner jump at the bottom there. But yeah, middle part of the screen was a little bit tricky. But yeah, top not so much. That actually went by pretty well. I say, obviously there was one obvious screen there that took way longer than the rest, and I got way more frustrated on than anything else. But for the last time, I hate that screen. It goes back to what I was saying. I think I was saying two parts ago. I'm not sure how these videos are going to be pieced together now, depending on the length of how long it takes to clear these bits. But yeah, it just feels like there is one section, one save, one screen on each of these little areas that is just so significantly more difficult than other bits in the same area. And yeah, that third screen there, I think it was the third one, with those bloody platforms moving around on the right hand side of the screen is just, oh my god, so much more difficult than anything else in that area. It's not even funny. I hate that section so much, but anyway, it's done, and I probably never ever 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 have to do it again. Yay. That is 4 out of 8 areas complete.